just to sync, because it does take a while
Good
to
luck.
catch up. And catch up. Yeah, we're good. Go for it.
We found the halfling Longo, and we got in through the underground, and he faced us, and he had some sort of black dagger. And Andrew and I both rolled Sauron in our resistance, and the halflings succeeded. So I believe your thought at the time was that we firmly believe, and we're on the side of the halfling Longo, because we think he's a great guy. And so at the moment, the poor halfling wonder twins are in some serious strife. But that's about where you called it.
So whereabouts are you? Let me get the map of
The
Dale.
warehouse. We're in the warehouse. We broke in through the tunnel near the docks and walked in underneath it because all the doors were secured. We broke in and we beat everybody up, and then we faced Longo.
And I'll add in for anybody that has been following the stream. So essentially, we James and Christy, they were acting strange, and they were looking for another hobbit. It seems to be tied to their story, and they thought it was maybe Longo, but it seems like it's not. It's Longo's. Is it his brother? I think. And but either way, we went down these tunnels, and we found Longo, and now he's got this black dagger that's made quite an impression on us. It's trying to corrupt us, I guess. And we defeated a bunch of people in that room, didn't we?
We defeated the 2 or 3 people that were in the room originally,
Hmm.
so they're all good. But I do believe Andrew and I now having shadow points.
Yep.
I have a shadow point, yes, a temporary shadow point, and so does Andrew. And apparently, because we rolled Saurons when we rolled resistance to the shadow, we're in strife.
And is this Longo chap like this is the guy we've been looking for all along?
Yeah, I think he's got the needle.
Okay.
Yes.
And the this person that was robbing people and causing all trouble is it linked? Like have
He
we?
was back in the other room and we beat him up. The guy with the helmet, the wonky helmet.
Okay.
Well, I think we
But
beat him up.
all those rumors, there was a lot of rumors and stuff going around. Is
Yeah, you'd heard about Longo the bandit.
yeah.
Yeah.
And
Why
I think
that?
there was an orc in the he was a halfling, which you heard about from it was a half orc in the marshes, if not mistaken, when you went.
So what happened was when the guys robbed the girl of the needle, they disappeared on the way to the docks. We realized. I thought, hey, they've gone on a boat across to the marsh to the other side. So we went and found the half orc, and beat the crap out of him. But of course, we didn't find any of the missing treasure.
But
which
now
then
this
led us.
but these
go back.
rumors about this half orc, have we solved that? Do we know who we're dealing with right now, or
Yeah, he's the guy that's been playing everybody.
and who is this guy that's been playing everyone?
Well, I had him down as Longo, but I don't
Yeah,
think.
likewise. Have we come to that
Yeah,
conclusion?
Oh yeah. You guys said when the half orc had said, he'd had like a bit of a spiel that said, "Oh, the Hobbit will." He'd referenced the Hobbit, and I think previously you guys put 2 and 2 together that Longo is Clovis.
Okay, cool. So that's why we're referring to him as Longo now.
Well, sorry,
Clovis.
Longo was when we spoke to the half orc. He went Longo, that halfling maggot. That was the name he knew.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
he
this
knew him as Longo, and the rest of you guys had spoken to him as Clovis.
Yeah.
And there weren't many other
But we
halflings.
put 2 and 2 together and came up.
So
with
the person we confronted with now, that's Clovis, aka Longo, and he's got his
Yeah.
little black dagger, and he's put some shadow points on you
Clovis.
guys.
Yep.
And his posse is lying in another room, whipped.
Well, we took out the 3 guards that were near the entrance and got into the room and beat them up.
Okay, that's a good recap.
So it's all we've got left is him, and you're outnumbered 3 to 1. pretty much.
Well,
The way
help me out here, Lawmaster. Is Balagon and Edorath, are they just not convinced or something, or what has happened to them? Are they literally going to turn on me, or what is the effect of what his dagger has done to them? What's happening right now?
Yeah, this was. Let me just find this.
I'm guessing you probably want all of us to look up shadow corruption.
Yeah, please.
You want to do a corruption roll? But we don't. Me and James and Christy don't have to because we've passed already. I think.
You survived it. You made your roll. Andrew and I botched it and got the
Those
Eye
who
of
fail the
Sauron.
role become miserable and view Longo as a trusted friend and leader.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can attempt to test again. But there's when you're already corrupted, it could bode very, very poorly for you.
So is it up to Balagon and Edorath to decide now if they want to challenge it, or?
Yep, absolutely, yeah.
No, why wouldn't they challenge it? Because the effects could just get worse and worse.
Oh,
That's right.
yeah, Shadow. I'm just trying to look up my... Oh, Wandering Madness. What's Wandering Madness? Here we go. Idle. Bout of Madness number 1 is... Well, I don't know if I'm actually suffering the bout of madness.
Yeah, we've got a temporary shadow point.
Yeah,
Okay,
bout of madness. I think is when the shadow points go past your hope. I think.
yeah.
Yeah.
Which
So
it does not.
you guys, you've just got your first point of shadow. You're not bout of madness yet.
The only
Yep.
problem is he has succeeded in... because we failed so badly.
But we get another shot at it.
Yeah.
Well,
so
Yeah,
it
you
sounds
do.
like that's what the Lawmaster is saying.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm happy to roll again.
Yeah, like you should. Yeah, I mean, it seems like it's the wise thing to do, but but make sure you roll well because there's complications.
Yeah, thanks for that. Now, this is off wisdom.
Yes.
I want to spend a hope point if I can.
Yeah. That's a good idea.
Otherwise, I'm going to be in trouble.
Yeah, I think so.
Hey, so what do we roll? Can't remember.
You're rolling wisdom, is what I remember from last game.
Yes. Now I'm going off the 1E module here, and it is. Oh no, I'm sorry. Yeah, it'll be wisdom. Yeah. Against corruption, right? Let me get your character sheets up.
Where was it? Where did we roll?
Oh, here we go. It's the last.
Is this
Yeah,
our
so-
6th game, by the way?
Fifth, I think.
5th.
No, I think 2 weeks ago was the 5th. I got 12 skill points at the moment. I think that last month was 15.
We'll do a fellowship phase so you can actually spend them.
So I think this game will make it to 18 points.
That's cool. Yeah, your last rolls are in the chat log. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The 6 most recent rolls.
Yep. Well, if you look at the last 2, Belagon's got a failure and I've got a failure.
Yeah.
Yep.
So you can roll again, but yeah, I would definitely use some hope.
Now, the problem is I'm not sure how you roll wisdom.
Yes.
Aha!
I'll-
Click on
Yeah.
the wisdom word itself near the top of the character sheet.
And then it's a corruption
Okay.
roll comes up, and then you can everything else is in there. You can add.
Okay.
While you guys are doing that, Belagon, you're an elf? Am I right?
Yep.
Okay. And then what kind of class are you? What's your calling?
Warden.
A warden. Just to recap. So you are elf warden, and then Edorath, are you a
Ranger of the North Messenger.
okay?
Mr. GM,
Yes.
one of my traits was that of true-hearted. Swift and true-hearted.
Two-hearted.
True-hearted.
Mm-hmm.
I took that as opposed to honourable, because I thought it in its own way it is a form of honour.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, sure.
So,
What are you gonna do with that?
I know in my heart that Clovis is wrong.
Yeah.
He has stolen from people. He has hurt people. He has hired bad people to work for him. He has played out the orcs. He is not a good person.
Yeah, that seems
I
like a natural antidote to corruption.
yeah,
Do you want to roll with Do you want to roll with
inspired,
favored?
or is it the bone?
Favored. I think it's favored, or it's a favored roll where you roll two.
Okay.
Where you roll two d12s.
I think that's
Yeah, 2 feet dice.
all right. I've ticked hope bonus die, and then I've ticked inspired because that's the one I think it is. I don't think mastery dice is correct.
Oh yeah.
Let me roll it and see what it does.
Yeah, sure.
And I still get a 12, and I fail on a 15.
So you could roll another dice. Oh, hang on. Where did you just roll? Where did you roll?
On the chat.
Um,
I'm not seeing
A 1. I got another Eye of Sauron again. I can't win.
it. Oh, that's weird. Why can I not see that?
so who rolled last?
Well, I just rolled now, 31 seconds ago.
Yep.
That's not coming up for me at all.
Well, if
One.
you want me to
It
log
comes up
out and
for
log
me.
back in, I'm happy to roll it again.
No.
So
no.
Edorath, what I'm seeing,
Oh,
the
it's
last
back to
person that
Jarek.
rolled is Jarek. Yeah,
That's me.
Yep.
It's botched the
the name.
name.
So you Edorath and Jarek. Okay, you're the same
But I don't-
person.
Hang on, there's actually a problem here. It's taken the worst effect of the two. I must have, and I'll check this.
Yeah, the roll.
I've just switched
Yes.
it to best.
Yeah, switch to best.
I'm wondering if that's what took me out last time. No,
And
maybe
me
not.
as well.
Yeah, check it.
Where is
All
it?
right. When you click on the wisdom on the
Yep.
right of the feet die, it says best and worst. Now, at the moment, if you have the ticked for the slider to the left for best, it's green. But if you
Yep.
move it to worst, it goes red.
Why would you do that? What's the
I
best?
think I think if you're not favorable, you roll the 2d12 and take the worst.
Yeah, it's like disadvantage.
Okay. Yeah.
So I rolled disadvantage, and I took the one. So I actually have a 17, which beats a 15. So I actually succeeded.
Okay,
Yay
cool.
me!
Okay. I will try now myself.
Good luck.
Here goes Balagon.
What?
101.
I'm not seeing. I'm not
Are
seeing.
you
the
sure
rolls
yours
in-
isn't set on the worst, Belagon?
Well, I only
Guys,
rolled
I'm
one
so sorry.
dice.
I know.
Um,
It's easy.
Guys,
Yeah,
we're about to. You guys are rolling in the normal chat window. Is that correct?
Yes, we
Yeah.
are.
I'm
And
not
it
seeing
did
the
roll as
roll.
Belagon too, by the way.
So last time you had to log out and log back in. We'll stay here. We won't disappear
Okay,
if you
I
log
will
out and
log-
log back in.
I was going to log out and log back in because it's playing as Jarek for reasons I don't understand.
Yeah,
Oh,
if you
I'm not
log out too, it should be fine.
Oh yeah, there we go. That's fixed it completely. Yeah, great.
I just remember that from last time.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, thanks for that.
So,
what's
there's the
roll?
log out.
2 and a
Found the
3.
log out. All right, so
Oh my
select
goodness,
user.
J.R.R, you rolled an Eye of Sauron. That's a thing.
Why? It's only bringing up our actual player name. So
Balagon's coming up.
no. I meant
Yeah.
I know, Jarek.
okay. Eldorath Wargslayer save configuration. So I will just quickly grab my player. There we go, player.
So you would have rolled there 10, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. So that wasn't a failure. That was a success.
Ooh. Now that's interesting. It's gone back to the worst again.
Well, can you settle it manually?
Well, I've set it to best. And I've put the bonus hope die in, and I'll roll this and see what it does to me.
Oh, there we go. That's better.
And
Yeah.
there you go. But it still says Jarek. Oh, bugger it, I'll leave it. Jarek is Edirath.
Yeah.
I don't know why it's lost that again.
Some of your roles are coming up as Edirath.
Well, previously they were Edirath. Now
Oh,
Jag.
you could drop out a token of Edirath and double click the character sheet there. Because it may be playing off, I don't know. Let me see what I've got. Players.
Well, the thing is, I loaded the character sheet of Edirath Wargslayer.
Yeah, I'm just gonna make a random roll here. Please ignore this. Oh, so that's rolling. Yeah, that rolls off Edirath. So if you roll off your token, it will roll as Edirath.
The token. I had the character sheet open.
I'm not sure why that is. Yeah, like...
I see what you're saying. If I roll... Well, hang on. How do you roll?
Yeah, you can put a token in your utility bar at the bottom. Can you see that? At the bottom there's like a little... If you just... you can add macros. That's okay. You can sort that while we play.
I'm not sure what you mean. The moment my character sheet is covering the game. So I'm going to move that out of the way. Where is my character? The token was there a moment ago. Now it's gone.
Oh, I moved it. I took it away. I'll bring it back down. So it's at 22.
Yep.
Okay. So you could hopefully drag and drop that into a macro bar.
What do you mean a macro bar?
Is that not coming up for you? At the bottom, there's like a little... at the bottom of the screen, right in the middle, there should be
If
like
I
a
double click on it, it opens up the character sheet.
No, at the bottom of your screen should be a macro bar. No?
If I hover down the bottom, I can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
So you can drag and drop a... Can you?
That doesn't seem to have done it. Hang on.
New
Why is that
macro.
going away?
Font. Create macro.
Search macros. Here we go.
Oh no.
Okay,
I'm not sure what it is.
I think if you press on prototype token, you have a choice of displaying names. Token name is Balagon for me, and never display name. You can change that there.
Yeah. Display name. Always for everyone. Friendly. Update token. There you go.
Where is that, Andrew?
I'll just.
You got
I'll do. I'm just gonna drag and drop the tokens here. There you go. So you've all got your own tokens now. Always for everyone. Your friendly. Update. Oops. James and Christy is here. Always for everyone. Friendly.
Token
Update.
name, display name,
There we go.
set actor,
We'll just hover you down there.
update token.
Okay.
So now,
Okay, so we good?
try that again and do that and go roll. It's saying Edirath.
There we go. So which role are you choosing there, Mike?
Look, the first one that was successful when we realized that it was deliberately taking the worst roll of the 2d12.
Yeah, that was a success.
That was a
That wasn't
17,
the
which
fail.
is a great success.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm being true-hearted of nature, have realized that this Clovis is not a good person.
Yep.
Right.
Balagon on the other side thinks he's a great person.
yeah, this is a sound character. Huh. We go way back. So he is. So what is Belagon going to do in response to Clovis / Longo? He's got quite like. So he's got quite a musical voice apparently, a very benevolent tone, and he's
Okay.
he's attempting to bend your will to come to a peaceful agreement. That's what he's trying to do, and he's really holding this black scabbard towards you to manipulate his control over you.
Okay. With my role, I probably haven't saved, have I? So I'm thinking that Longo is a reasonable chap and could be talked to.
Yeah.
And try to talk out of this situation.
Yeah.
Is that okay?
Yeah, absolutely. Let me just check your distinctive features.
For instance, we only want the needle, isn't that right?
Well, actually, he's taken a number of items.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wasn't just the needle.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Cool. So what you gonna do, Belagon?
Elves have strange views.
Yes. Well, I could say to Longo, if you hand over the needle, we'll finish our business. We'll go elsewhere.
Okay. Now you are currently You were currently corrupted, no?
Yep.
So you're right now you're viewing Longo as a trusted friend and leader.
Yep.
So you probably
I'm asking him nicely.
How did he get corrupted? He got a shadow point, but was he immediately corrupted? How did that work?
Yeah, if you had to make a corruption
We
test.
rolled the Eye of Sauron,
Failed
which
the
made
roll.
the roll worse.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. All good.
Oh, did you roll the Eye of Sauron?
I think so in my first one, didn't I?
I think we both
No.
Either way,
did.
so,
Automatically picking up the worst roll.
yeah, it's all good.
Well,
It's all good. I just thought there was an easy explanation. We don't have to reverse engineer and try to figure out how he got corrupted. It's all good.
Hang on.
So what I'll be doing is I'll be saying to
Oh,
J.R.R.
you both rolled.
Don't kill him. We can.
Is that right?
Yeah, I got an Eye of Sauron and a 6.
Okay, now. So. Yeah, if you so you've both failed the roll for first time. Now, J.R.R. he passed the roll, the second roll, so that's all good.
My second roll was terrible.
Currently, what was your second roll?
A 1 and a 1.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean that's not nice, Sauron. So you don't get a bout of madness at least, but you are miserable, and yeah, he is your trusted friend.
Yep.
So you begin to walk towards Longo to face your fellowship.
Yes, I'll face.
Stand in solidarity with Longo.
Yep. Now, I'll say, can't we come to some compromise?
What did the rest of you say, James and Christy and J.R.R.?
Is there a way that James and Christy can do kind of try to get you guys out of being corrupted? Is there can I try to persuade you guys?
Because you have to persuade me
Yeah.
I'm
that
sure like a
Longo is a trustworthy person.
Yeah. So could I try to persuade
Yeah.
Belagon?
How do you want to do it? You can get creative.
Yeah, I'll roll persuade to try to convince Belagon, but I'm just concerned at the same time. James and Christy's probably like pulling on James's sort of pocket or his arm, just saying, like whispering in his ear that they probably don't want to persuade Belagon because Longo's probably going to just do the same thing to them again. Who knows? But if they try to grab Longo's dagger, hopefully their standing with the rest of the party is still strong enough that they will trust them. So I'm probably going to say do a persuade. I'll save the persuade for later. Once Balagon and Edorath turn on us, then we'll pull the persuade. So right now we're probably going to try to snatch that dagger from Longo.
If it's any help, Edorath sort of seems favourable initially to Clovis, and then sort of shakes his head, and then looks like he's backing you up.
So would I have to roll athletics to try to grab that dagger?
Oh, go for it, yeah.
I don't have a great athletics. I would love to grab stealth rather. Is it, can I persuade you to let me use stealth rather? Like maybe I can get closer to him?
Totally stealth, yeah. Stealth, or what could you use?
Yeah, stealth I would say it's pretty sly. A sly move just to quickly just snatch it. But yeah, athletics, stealth. You must tell me. I'll obviously, head towards whichever one
you want to do it. If you want to just run in and brute force it, then yeah, athletics for sure.
Okay.
If you want to be kind of sneaky about it, you want to maybe.
All right. You can just if I succeed, I think I've got a good way of explaining it. So all right, I'll take stealth. And I'm going to add a bonus dice. That's spending hope. So I'm going to just click on that, and that'll automatically take the hope from my sheet, right? Yep. So if I click bonus die, and I click roll, so I've currently got 9. It should drop me down to 8. Yeah, it does. Okay, so it's success. All right. So I would say James is. I'm trying to figure out if it's James or Christy. Which one's a little bit more sneaky? I'd probably say it's Christy's probably having a chat with the rest of the party. Let's go back here quickly. So with Edorath and Balagon, and Christy's sort of creating a bit of a commotion between you guys, trying to convince you guys. She's not really trying to persuade you, but in many ways she's just forming a distraction, and perhaps
distracting
Longo.
Balagon.
Yeah, Balagon, Edorath, Longo. She's kind of like, hey, what are you guys doing? Like, can't you see this? And she's creating a bit of a commotion. And while that's happening, James grabs at the hilt of the dagger and hopefully, takes it from Longo, because we did succeed the stealth roll. Is there anything more you need from me, or is that sufficient? Like as far as rolls.
So you rolled a 17.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So we have the dagger.
You have the dagger, yeah.
All right. So you got James in the background doing a little happy hobbit dance with a dagger in his hand. Maybe like a couple of 80s smooth criminal kind of Michael Jackson moves there.
Is he doing that?
Yeah, he's doing the moonwalk with his big hobbit hairy feet.
Nice. Oh my goodness! Imagine that. Imagine the prosthetics.
I know this is organic, natural, man. You can smell it. You can smell the feet.
Yeah, the hair gives him the hairy feet makes it a bit slippier.
Calluses, it's all good. Unclipped toenails.
Yeah. So sorry, just tell me again what you did.
So basically, Christy was creating a bit of a distraction with the three of them. Balagon, Edorath, and Longo, and she was kind of engaging with them while James, he used stealth and took Longo's dagger from him, and is now gloating. And that was a stealth roll. So if you feel that that's maybe too easy of a task to do, but we weren't succumbed by his corruption.
No, that's correct.
So I think he's probably not such a formidable foe if the effects don't take effect. So the fact that we managed to dodge his effects, we just realized this is just another hobbit, and we got your dagger, sucker.
Yeah, that's right. He leaps back, and all of a sudden looks really panicked, and.
What happens to Balagon? Because he's inclined to try to take.
Yeah, you become our slave now.
Yes. Oh, okay. But,
No, yes,
right.
master.
Yes, I thought I would have to sort of grab the knife to give it back to Longo.
No, we the
Well,
master
no,
now.
because once it changes hands, it
Yep.
breaks this effect that it was having over you. So you feel like, with like a kind of a sickly realization that you were under the
The power
control
of
and
the.
manipulation of someone else. Yeah,
Yep.
and it's almost like someone's thrown a bucket of water over you.
Okay. Well, I can definitely say that Christy's now grabbing at the dagger because she's got wonderful ideas what to do with it.
Maneuver myself between the hobbits and Belagon and Clovis, and spear ready.
Well, he withdraws his dagger, and who was it who stole the?
James.
Who was it who stole the scabbard? James. He withdraws a dagger, and he grumbles in a kind of low growl.
Is this Longo? Longo withdraws the second dagger.
Longo, yeah, he's like, "You miserable wretch," and he lunges towards James, and he's going to make an attack because he's not just after his scabbard. He is after
Revenge.
Yeah, he wants revenge.
So
Yeah.
I would say probably Christy wants to sort of play with the dagger and try to manipulate, and she was just having fun in the moment. But I think James probably grabs her hand, and he's a bit more wary of the dark sort of dark magic. Because in this case, I would say it's not something that has a blessing on it. This thing is
No.
this would be magic. Like this is the evil evil stuff.
Yeah,
and
there's
just
a
like the
reason.
ring that corrupted Gollum and messed with Bilbo, I think James is a little bit wiser. I think he's actually grabbed Christy's hand. Like, I don't think we should use this. But now Longo's leaping at us. So do we go straight into combat?
Yeah, you go straight into combat now. So I'm going to have to make I need to bring down a Longo. He'll be under let me just double check. Attribute level is a bit low actually. I have to make. Sorry, I'm going to have to edit this in real time. Excuse me, just a second. Oh, here's a bit of a spicy one. Okay.
You gonna move us back to the combat chart?
Yes. That's actually a really good idea. I'll do that in the Oh, I can't copy paste. How annoying. Okay, I'm just going to delete all that. Let's go back to the combat. Activate. Yeah. Okay. Can everybody see that?
Yep.
No.
Got a problem. Why can't
Beautiful.
I move me to defensive? Why
Oh.
have I got-
Oh, I'm not sure. J.R.R. Oh, I can't move you either. Is it locked?
Yeah. It let me move it a moment ago. But there's two of them.
Hang on. I'm going to delete. Hang on. Let me just delete. Oh, it's all buggy. I'll just drag out some new ones. Interesting. Make you a bit bigger. Oh, sorry, you'll have to zoom in, I'm afraid. I'm not very au fait with Foundry. Yeah, can you guys click on those? Is that coming up now?
Yes.
Okay. So, foes, adversaries. I'm gonna have to just edit this real quick. Attribute level. Endurance.
So we have a bow, so I'm gonna keep James and Christy in the rearward.
Indeed. 4 + 1.
Of a trait, I think it's a trait of swiftness.
So how does swiftness help you? What does that trait do for you, Balagon?
Move swiftly and quick to take action.
So how can you invoke that trait? What does it do for you in... I know when you're doing in 1E, you could use that trait for an automatic success. You can't do that in 2E anymore. So I wonder
Okay.
how swiftness can aid you
In
in
combat.
in
Well-
combat. In 1E, it just added narrative flavor, but in 2E, what does it do for you in combat?
That would be good.
A
Somebody could-
dice if you invoke your... I have to look it up.
I'll see on my little chart here what it
I have to
says.
see if I can actually get a copy of the book. Sit down and read the book.
So you've just got the PDF at the moment, is that right?
Yeah, I just got the PDF, which means I'm flicking back and forward. What I have started doing is writing down experiences, page 119, and page 19 is the special rules and things like that.
So you have combat actions you can do. So disarm, and there's different things you can do.
Pardon me?
So we have combat actions that we need to
Now,
utilize.
we're talking about second edition rules, right?
Yeah, second edition and first edition has combat actions. So it
Combat.
depends on which stance you take. You have different combat actions. But
Yeah,
apart from
so-
that, I'm trying to figure out what is his trait swiftness. What does it do for him? I don't know how you use traits into E. I'm not 100% sure.
They're called. What are they called? Something different. They're called.
Yes, they're called distinctive features.
Yeah. Distinctive features 30 and 67.
So it says your character's inspired when invoked, doubling the value of spent hope.
Oh,
What
that's,
it is, yeah.
Okay.
So if you spend a hope point, you get 2d6, not 1d6 if you invoke one of your traits.
So now
What
does
is
the
it?
GM need to decide if that trait is valid to invoke, I guess, because that's why you have different flavors of traits, right? Else they would all pretty much feel the same.
yeah.
Yeah. I was wondering maybe I could use that swift to help me attack Ongo quickly before he
Yeah.
hits the halflings.
Yeah, for sure.
So
That
if you
sounds-
spend hope, you get double.
yeah,
Okay.
you'll get 2D instead of 1D.
I'll put that in. I'll put in one hope.
You're also in the aggressive stance, which gives you a d6 as well.
Okay.
Fighter.
And you are in I don't know.
Well-
I don't know who has combat initiative. If we have combat initiative, I think we can
Oh, hang on.
assign we can
Okay,
assign
let me-
attackers. If he has, then he assigns attackers.
So, I'm going to click combat, and it should. There we go. If you guys click on the little fist, it's the second icon from the left on the on that little chat window. Can you see that? It's next to the chat bubble. It's a little closed fist.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
So now you should be able to. So yeah, I think it's going to automatically create
A sequence.
a sequence. Is that right? Yeah.
It depends who's got combat initiative. How do we?
Forward stance is first, isn't it?
Yeah. But initiative based on obviously
Well,
who goes first. Does the enemy go first, or does the person in forward? And then
Well, there's
also
no-
who assigns who's the adversary attacking? Because narratively the adversary is attacking me, but if we have initiative, combat initiative, I think
All-
we
all
can
the-
decide who you can basically
What's the order?
intercede. You can intercede, so we can have Balagon or Edorath intercede.
Before like before he attacks the.
Yeah, and you can start a combat with him directly because you can only fight. You can only damage one of us. Even though all three of us can damage him, he has to choose one of us to attack. He
Correct,
assigns
yeah.
himself to one of us.
And the actions of all combatants are resolved in stance order from forward to rearward.
That's our sequence of events, correct? But now, I would say he's probably got the initiative because he's made the leap towards us. Is that right?
First action, yeah.
Yep.
So that means he's trying to assign himself to me. So
Yeah.
then the rest of you guys will attack first, but I'm kind of getting hit.
So he's going to select. So I'm going to right click on James and Christie. Select the little target symbol. Does that show up? And I'm going to hit Axe. This is his dagger. I've just. Yeah. And he doesn't get any bonus dice. And that's a 2. Now. That's a failure. Ooh, spicy. So his attack failed. He lunges forwards in this kind of desperate kind of rage.
Was that James and Christie as the role?
He had the initiative. Longo had the initiative, and he targeted James and Christie, and then he failed. And then the next person to go is
Southern
Balagon,
Raven. Okay.
Yeah,
because he's in forward.
that's right.
Okay. Well,
So how would you what caused him to miss? Would that be something that you would describe? Something I would describe?
Ooh. Well, Belagon, saying that you took you wanted to use a distinctive feature of
Yep.
Of being swift. Do you want to describe how you?
Well, I
Scrap
thought I'd probably interrupt Mongo's attack on James and Christie by stepping in front of him and then trying to hit him with my sword.
Oh, nice.
Intercept.
Intercept, yep.
Combo breaker.
Yeah.
Also, move to defend James and Christie.
Yep. So, with my sword, I will try to distract him more. If I can hit him.
That'll distract him.
I'd say so.
Very subtle. Does this
Yes.
distract you? Is it working?
Yep. I pick my dice roll, sword roll, and if I want to put in bonus dice from I'll spend 1 point of hope, which gives me double bonus dice. How do I do that? Bonus
What
die.
are you trying to add bonus die?
Yeah.
So if you click on what are you attacking? You're attacking with your sword. And then it should say there you go. So if you just click on there's kind of like a faded
Yep.
success die.
Point.
Yes,
Point
if you
bonus
click
die.
little highlight. Yeah?
Should I put inspired? I'm not inspired. I'm not sure.
I think you just click the hope.
Yep.
Are you trying to add that extra double?
Yeah.
Double
On
D.
spot.
Double D6.
Yeah.
I'll do the bonus die 6 as well, and that
Yeah.
should roll out appropriately.
Good. Oh, look at that. 21. Okay, cool.
6s though.
21 hits.
Yes. And that does so you got a 21. And so that gives him an injury of because it beat a 16, is that correct?
Yep.
Okay. So then so he loses a wound, is that right?
No wound. Doesn't he just take stamina damage?
How much does he take?
The weapon. What's the sword do?
Damage is 4. Injury is 16.
Yeah, well, you didn't get a piercing damage. You just got normal damage.
Which is
So-
4.
My spear's a 4. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna go into so I'm so sorry. Someone's gonna have to remind me. I'm so used to D&D. Shocking. Okay, so let's say he's got a certain amount of endurance.
Okay,
Yes,
so
endurance-
basically, I'll just quickly run you through 1E. He has essentially like a parry that he can do. See if you meet his armor rating,
hang
and
on.
you work that out by
If
adding the parry and
succeeded-
stuff. If you succeed, then you got to check the piercing. Have you met the weapon's pierce?
He needs a 10, so no, he hasn't.
Okay, so then you don't have to
Oh,
check.
sorry.
Then then Longer doesn't roll a protection test, so he just receives the damage from that weapon.
Which taken
His
off
four.
his endurance. Four.
Correct.
Yeah. Could you tell me that pierce bit again, please?
So basically, if you there's a pierce rating on each weapon, and if you meet that pierce rating, and that's normally measured. This is 1E. It's looking at the feat die, the D12. If you get a high enough
Yeah.
rating on that, based on what weapon you're using. So what weapon did you just use, Balagon?
Sword.
Okay, what's your pierce rating on your sword? It should say there on your sword.
It says injury.
Yeah. You
That's
get
injury.
yeah.
That's 16.
Let me have a look quickly on my sheet quickly. It's let me just find my weapons quickly. So if I go, this is a bow. You need to select. I don't know what I can't. Yeah, sorry. So damage is 3, injury. Yeah, that's the injury rating. So that doesn't seem right. Injury. Where's the?
This is the difference between 1E and 2.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it has a
Yeah.
pierce anymore. So
No.
So I'm at a loss for words here.
899. Piercing blows. During combat, the stamina being slowly whittled away, exhaustion blows take their toll. The attack roll produces a piercing blow on a 10 or a Gandalf rune. However, there are, if you get, like a 6, you can boost it by a certain amount of points, depending on your weapon type. I know that the spear adds 3.
Okay, so what is the injury rating then? Is that what he has to roll against for his protection test?
When you make it, he then has to roll his armor roll above that roll of the weapon. The 16 of the weapon.
Okay, so I hit him.
So you hit him and you beat his parry.
Yep.
So you've gone past his armor, so now he gets a wound. And in 1E, if they get 2 wounds, they're knocked out.
Yeah.
So they're out of the game. So you don't have to whittle down his endurance. You just give him 2 wounds and he's out. So he's got a
Okay.
wounded symbol.
At the moment, you've done 4 stamina or 4 endurance damage,
Yep.
which lowers his endurance.
Yeah. And that's done for. Okay, right, gotcha. Okay, I see. Okay. So he's wounded and he's taken 4 like a penalty of 4 to his endurance.
Yep.
Okay. Okay. I'm still not 100% on the piercing stuff.
Okay, so
but-
just to so basically in 1E, each weapon would have a piercing rating. So that would
Yeah.
say you must roll above 5, and that means you have a chance of piercing their armor, or you must roll above 10. So each weapon had a certain number that.
Oh, okay.
So you would have to look at your weapon. So you
Yeah.
automatically do the damage. The damage is done, but now you're just
Yep.
trying to see if you've done like critical, basically.
Oh.
And each weapon had its own rating. Now they've standardized it in 2E from what I can hear. What Editor said is that you either roll a 10 or a Gandalf rune, and that's automatically a pierce, opportunity to pierce, opportunity to crit. Then the adversary just rolls a protection test based on their armor and their parry. In 1E, it's armor plus parry.
Good. It's all on the armor rating.
So in this case, it's all in the armor. And if they fail that, then they get a wound. And if they have 2 wounds, they've actually just been knocked out.
Yeah. Gotcha.
So it's literally if you roll a 10 or Gandalf rune on your attack, they have to roll a protection test.
Okay. So in 2, it's just 10 or Gandalf.
Yeah, that's basically for a crit.
Okay, cool. That makes sense. Yeah.
If you roll a 6 on one of your D6s, there is a bonus you can apply depending on what weapon type you have. And I know for a spear, it's +3. So I could roll a 7, 8, or a 9, and if I get a 6, I can turn that into a pierce.
Oh, okay. Okay, cool. All right,
Cool.
let's roll with that. So, then it would be who's that? Idra. Idra?
Yep. Sorry. What?
You're up.
Oh,
Combat.
you're
I'm up. All right.
you're next in the combat list. Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna try and hit Clovis.
Can I suggest, Balagon, have you done a description on your how your attack looked? What do you?
Okay, I slash with my sword. I penetrate his defenses and cut him slightly, I guess, around the chest area.
Oh yeah. So that's as he lunged towards James.
Yep.
You
Yep.
blocked the attack.
Yeah,
And
that's
you-
the intention.
There's a
Yeah.
quick riposte.
Yep.
Sorry, Edrath. Continue.
I'm in trouble here. I've clicked on me, double-clicked on me, and opened up the character sheet. I've highlighted the adversary, and then I'm clicking on Fear One-Handed, and it's saying you must select one and only one token to attack.
So right click on the adversary.
Oh, right-click.
On the
Right.
bottom left is a little target symbol, so select that please.
Hang on,
And it should
what?
form a little arrow around it.
It is got a red line around it, but that's it.
No, did you select the bottom left icon? So when
No.
if you okay, so hover over with your cursor, please.
Yeah.
Right click on this man with the beard.
Yep.
And on the bottom left is 2 concentric circles. Yeah, can you see that?
Yep.
So select that.
So I have Game Master, Andrew, me, and Oliver.
Pardon me.
The 2 circles in the bottom left. When I click on them, I get... No,
I
that's
did
not...
mine. I did mine through the character sheet.
Oh, how
Yeah,
did you-
Yeah, it's not working for me. Hang on, let me... I've not clicked on him.
Yeah, so you have to click on him, left click to select, and then sorry, right click, and then select the target to target. So the target symbol.
Giving me any target symbol.
Oh, it's not giving you any target symbol.
Didn't you have to hold in Alt or Shift and right click or something? I'll
Yeah,
have a
maybe
look
Alt-
on my side.
The
I'll have a look
targets.
quickly. So if I want to target that,
I got me.
right click twice.
Aha! I've now got little arrows pointing in
Yeah.
towards him.
Yeah.
Yes, that's it. Yeah, cool.
Just
Thank you.
double right click, double tap.
Yes. The
Headshot.
eccentric controls of this particular module.
I'm... Why is that favored?
Oh, hello. So select just select the first dice, the first feat die, if you've rolled 2 by accident.
Well, it's... Well, that's the Gandalf rune.
Oh,
And I
really?
got a 6. So I'm going to do 9 damage, and I automatically pierce.
Oh, nice.
So does he now? He needs to do protection, or is there a protection roll?
Well,
Yeah.
he now rolls his armor rating.
Okay. Which is
So
2d
he,
plus
how do you calculate the armor rating in this one?
For instance, for me, I'm wearing leather corselet, which is 2 dice, and a helm, which is the 3rd dice, and you roll a d12 standard.
Yeah.
So his target is to exceed that amount, or so you're adding.
Exceed my injury rating of 14
Mm-hmm.
with his armor rate or protection roll.
And the amount of dice he gets to roll is based on which armor he's got. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, he's got his armor is currently 2d plus 1. So he's going to roll 1 feat die, 2 success die, and then just plus add 1 to it. Now I'm not sure if the 1 is going to come up. But yeah, so I'm going to roll that now.
And you're gonna, is it 16 he needs to beat? And that's not.
Well,
So that's
you didn't get
8.
close. See, it says protection 14. I rolled a one-handed spear attack, which is a 14. If I'd gone for a two-handed spear attack and not used my buckler, that would have been an injury rating of 16.
Well, he's failed, I think, because
He's failed anyway, but it's brought
Oh,
up the
then-
right protection rating.
He's got his name as James and Christie on my side.
I think that's who he's selecting. That's who he's targeting.
Ah, interesting.
Yeah.
But if
it's a
you
bit
notice,
weird.
the picture is not you two, is it? It's Southern Raider.
Yeah, correct. Which is just a stand-in token for Clovis, but it's been
Okay.
edited.
Something that is bothering me though is why is this doing best or worst all the time, and it's not giving me a normal roll.
I'm not sure. I think it's a problem. I think it's a problem with the.
Can I do an opening volley, or is this would this be considered an ambush and I don't get to do an opening volley?
It's an ambush, so there are no opening volleys.
Okay.
Now, what happens with his? Does he take a wound?
Yes, he takes a wound.
So is
So
that
he
his
goes
second wound?
Yeah, that's his second
That's
wound.
He's
This one.
out. He's out.
Right.
Just check the book quickly for another wound. I can check on my side as
Yeah.
well.
Wound. On back. Wounds 101.
Oh, hang on, there's a roll.
There's a roll, isn't there? So this is
Okay,
well, it says
for player
most
characters,
adversaries are killed outright.
most
From their
adversaries
from their
killed
first
outright.
wound. Okay.
Player heroes, on the other hand, can risk being wounded once without serious consequences, but risk their lives if injured a second time.
Yeah,
You
and then
might have noticed that Edorath is actually limping. I don't
Oh,
think you
yeah.
guys have noticed. I got injured a little while back
I've also got a wound.
by the half orc.
So Longo's quite a tough sucker because he survived his first wound. Now he's got his second. So he is, am I correct to say, goners?
yeah, he's gone. So he was killed outright. He was killed outright.
Love to hear that.
Do you want to describe it, Mike?
Hey, I'm thinking that this is
How are you gonna
just
kill him?
a spear shot through the heart.
Ooh, his black.
Just
heart.
lunged, thrown.
No, lunged. He's basically got the buckler up and he's raised the buckler and then lowered the spear underneath, gone for a nice low shot because it's a halfling, and just cleaned him up in the middle of the chest, center of mass, and or just off to the left of center of mass, perhaps. And poor Clovis's heart is no longer in the fight.
Gosh. Okay, well done. What are you gonna do from here?
Well, I think get the knife away from, or the scabbard away from James,
Yeah.
and then get the authorities in, clean up, and just see if there's anything of stuff to return to the people, like the needle.
So do you wanna in character discuss that
We should.
the dagger? So how would you want to approach James and Christie to relinquish that dagger, because they're quite smitten with it, and they like trinkets. That's their thing. I think they're quite attached.
I've got a clockwork dragonfly that flies. I want to wind that up and let it go and see if it distracts the two of them long enough for me to easily get knock the dagger away, put it in the scabbard somehow without touching the silly thing.
So
and
I would
see-
say that they're pretty street smart. So they pick up that you're trying to disarm them and take this for them, and they're kind of forming a layer, a front where James kind of passes to Christie, and he's standing kind of blocking you away so you can't get to her. And when you try to get to her, she's already passed it back to him. They're starting to play little games with you, and they're actually starting to enjoy it.
Well, I want to try and distract them with the clockwork dragonfly.
So James is just asks you, so like, why are you trying to take this one? Like, we've just obtained this. Why would we relinquish it?
Because it's evil. It's got the power of the shadow, and it hurt us, and it hurt Clovis, and it will hurt you. And I do not want you hurt.
Are you talking just the hands on forehead? Are you talking about the scabbard?
The blade, yeah, the black blade, the black dagger.
Where's
Yes,
the
it's-
actual
it's
wound?
scabbard.
Where's the shadow coming from? The dagger or the scabbard? And who's got what?
No, it's coming. It's actually coming from the scabbard.
Okay, well
Okay.
that's what they James and Christie were trying to grab.
Yeah, yeah.
Was whatever the thing. So we've got the scabbard.
Yeah,
so
scabbard was not what he attacked with. He attacked you with.
the blade.
When he tried the whole mind control thing, his hand was on his hip, and it was displaying the scabbard.
Yeah. So
Uh,
so the scabbard is like the sheath with the blade was going in, right?
Yep.
So Edorath's trying to take that scabbard
Blade-
from us.
The dagger came from somewhere else.
Okay.
The dagger came from within his somewhere on his person.
So
Like, it was a
Christie's like kind of puts her hand up and kind of like pushes her way past James. Now she's sort of standing in the front, and she looks behind him and just waves her hand like, just calm down. And she's probably addressing you guys, just saying, can we not take this to anyone? And she's got this thick sort of accent from Bree, kind of like a concoction of English and probably Irish, just this concoction of an accent. And yeah, she's just addressing you and just saying, can we not take this to some kind of
Well, look,
maybe one of the what can
You
say?
could wrap
keepers
it
of
in-
knowledge, a keeper of
Oh,
knowledge, somebody that can discern this. Maybe like we've heard tales of Radagast. I mean, maybe you're not going to see Radagast. What about the Grey Wizard that comes to visit?
well, he may not be
Sisar?
here. How about the King Bard?
No. They seem to trust when referring to creatures or beings bigger than them. They've got a bit of a relationship with the men, but I think they've got a soft spot for like the Grey Wizard and Radagast. I think they.
Yeah, but those tools are hard to come by.
You
Yep.
could make a lore roll to.
Can I do the law roll? I was just about to barge in and say, can I do a law roll?
Yeah, to get a clue about what the right thing is to do here.
Yep.
Yeah, go for
Maybe
it.
the darkness
Actually-
is already kicking in, and that's why we're squabbling.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's the
I'll
power.
do a law roll, but I want to do it on have I heard about this blade or
The
scabbard?
scabbard. Yeah.
It's the scabbard.
Okay.
Not bad. No, one off. Oh,
um, do I get any law at all, Angela?
I'll tell you how it looks.
Yep.
So it's wrought of black steel. It's light and strong and set with many fiery stones. And it does have a feeling of dark, twisted power about it. It doesn't look like... so it doesn't look like the kind of thing you would want to fall into the wrong hands. Okay, so it's not the kind of thing you would just leave lying about. Nor does it feel like something that you would want to wield. Being
Darkness. Do I have a feeling of darkness?
Yeah, like it has a feeling of darkness.
Yep.
So
You could potentially wrap it in like a cloak or some cloth. You know, kind of like how
Yep.
Gandalf handled the Palantir.
The old.
So
The old-
Christy will just grab the they've got a sword,
Like you've got,
a short
right.
sword, and just slice a piece of Longo's shirt off, and she'll just wrap it in that and just saying, we'll hang on to this. We're hardy folk. I think we are very rooted to the earth, and I think we've just seen that we're not easily corrupted. We'd rather hang on to this. We actually quite wary. Both of you changed on us, and we actually don't want to hand it over. I'm pretty sure you understand where we're coming from.
well, Longo wielded it against us, and yeah, I briefly succumbed, and then I threw it off, being stout-hearted. But
Yeah.
She's
I
wary. I
can
think
say-
once is enough for her. She's like, we should much prefer to hang on to this, and hopefully she can convince you to trust them. Maybe they've proven their mettle.
well, I will try and use. Well, if I want to role play it instead, but
Yeah.
Basically, if I would advise against touching it, please. You've wrapped it in cloth. That's great. Observe it, but I would not touch it. Let's see if we can find any of the great wizards and get them to assess it with us. You seem to have a trust for Gandalf, I believe it was, and that is a
Or
name.
Radagast, yeah.
Radagast is not known to me, but definitely Gandalf is, and I am happy to trust a wizard to provide us with advice on this item. But this item is dark and dangerous. It is twisted. It will not lead us down a good path.
Everdeath, for some odd reason, when you described that scene, I pictured David Hayter, the voice of Solid Snake. That's how I picture your character sounding when he speaks like, "Don't touch it."
Well, I'm trying to be nice, and I have courtesy, and I'm actually favoured in courtesy.
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
I deliberately took that as a means of boosting greeting people, so that people at villages would have a better chance of receiving me rather than killing me outright.
Correct me or wrong, I just picture your character with like, it sounds like he's gargled glass. He's got this like really, really coarse, like gritty voice. Like
He's got an eye patch.
he's he's lived, man.
His voice sounds much better after he's had a couple of drinks and cleared the dirt from his throat.
Yeah. Sorry, guys. Quick bio, just 2 seconds.
All right, cool guys. I'll go make something to drink too. I'll be right back.
Drink too. I'll be
Okay.
back in a minute.
I'm back. Anybody else there?
I am.
Hello.
That was Ireland.
Oh yeah, really, really good. Thanks.
Yep.
Yeah, it was really fun. I saw my family. The weather was cold. It was actually not too bad. It was a bit up and down, but yeah, I had a really good time. It's good to be back in Oz as well. But yeah, it's good to be.
Have you got a big extended family? Like
No,
most Irish people? No?
Got two brothers and my parents. So yeah, it was really good to get together. It's been a long time since COVID. It's been a bit of a couple of years. So really good to hang out with them, see them face to face, laugh, talk about life,
Good things.
everything in between. Yeah, it was really nice. And yeah, especially when your parents are getting on a bit, you really like to spend as much time with them as possible. So yeah, it was a really nice break. Thanks for asking. Did I miss much while I was gone?
Oh, not much. No.
Good. Yeah, that was good. Did you go to what's it called? Did you go to Conquest?
Yes, I did. Yep.
Oh,
It was
how was
bad. It was bad, okay, but I got COVID there.
that? No way. That's
Yeah.
weird.
So somebody there had COVID and gave it to me.
They infected everyone. Gosh, that must have been a big.
I was only sick for about 3 or 4 days.
Oh, okay. I'm glad
Yeah,
it
I'm
wasn't
back.
too bad.
I'm back.
Yep.
Hey. Did Mike go as well?
Mike went, but he didn't catch it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, jeepers. I was thinking of going, but it was a bit too close to me getting back. Still
Jet
recovering.
lag and all that.
Yeah, jet lag is. I have to really time my flights so that I'm not destroyed when I get back. I think it's really bad if you've just slept and you arrive at night, like in the evening, like around 8 or 9 o'clock, and then everyone goes to bed and you're like, I'm not tired at all.
Yeah.
But
Yep.
if you arrive in the morning,
Yep.
and you're like, oh, it's probably time for me to sleep, but I'll stay awake, and then you go to bed around 8 p.m., 9 p.m., then I feel like you just fall into the normal sleeping times much easier.
Yeah. Otherwise, you watch a lot of night TV or something.
The Outer Limits, Twilight Zone, X-Files,
Yes.
Fringe.
Friends, did you say?
Mm-mm. The Fringe.
Oh, The Fringe. Sorry, yeah. Is it sci-fi? I don't know
Yeah,
The Fringe.
paranormal sci-fi stuff.
Have you heard much about the spin-off Middle Earth TV show they're making? I heard.
I'm not super keen on it, to be honest.
Wow. Okay, that's a topic.
I've heard that they're spending around about $57 million per episode.
Wow.
Well, looking at their marketing videos or campaigning YouTube videos and stuff, it looks like they spend a lot of money on that set and stuff like that, but very little money on planning. Like,
Yeah.
it's just weird. It's just weird. Like it's like taking. Let's just say you're gonna make a show and it's gonna be called The Yill Has Eyes, and it's a series about The Yill Has Eyes, and it's like this, these like demonic things and stuff. And they bring a bunch of influencers, and the influencers are like 8-year-old kids. It's like they're not even old enough to watch the film. Who linked these people with this IP? Like you guys don't belong here. It's just weird. The people they brought on board just looked like they didn't belong there. And I'm not being a purist. It just literally, just the way they were talking, it just seemed so bizarre. Like majorly out of touch. So whoever did that.
It's really interesting because one of the superfans had a Goodreads account, which is the book kind of review thing.
And they had a would like to read Lord of the Rings.
Yeah. They would like to read. No, it was the Silmarillion, I think it was. They would like to read the Silmarillion. And I'm like, that sounds a little bit suspicious.
The Silmarillion, I struggle to read that book.
Oh,
One
it's
thing
good.
I
I
love,
love it. My favorite one.
The Silmarillion was just too dry. It was just a history.
I can see that.
At least the Lord of the Rings was, well, the Fellowship of the Rings
Yeah.
was the action adventure and a good story, whereas the other thing was a documentary about what had happened, and it just.
Oh, but there's so much good stuff in there,
It
man.
is. It's just weird.
First half is quite historical, but then the second half is when the stories come out, and like Eol, just like the heartbreak and tragedy with
Eol's actually on this the month of May. She's on the Tolkien calendar. Eol.
Oh, cool.
Eol.
Oh, I saw your video on the Tolkien calendar. That was
Yeah,
awesome.
she's month of May. Eol. Eol or Eol. Eol is that.
He's the dark elf who was living in the woods by himself, and he came across.
Yeah. That's the painting of this man. Yeah.
Yeah, and he gets I think the story was, I've forgotten her name now. She fled from Gondolin because she wanted to see the world.
Eredhel?
Yeah. I think so. And then,
Well, she's in the painting, and her name's on the picture.
yeah, and there was, I think they got married, but he made her promise that she wouldn't leave and go back to Gondolin, and then she went back to Gondolin, and then he followed her, trying to regain his honor, and then because he'd looked upon the city of Gondolin, I think his son threw him off the ramparts of Gondolin. as punishment. I can't.
Well, I'll read it again. The fact that I can't remember this stuff makes me excited. I want to read it again.
Yeah, it's some great stuff in there. Anyway, we're all back, right?
Yeah.
There you go. Okay,
But yeah.
so James and Christy have wrapped up the scabbard, the black scabbard, in some cloth of Clovis's clothes. Is that correct?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
So Clovis's little piece of his pot belly is sticking out. You know.
He does look rather well fed in the picture. Okay, so where
Can
are
we,
you? Oh,
Yeah, can we search the place?
yeah, you can for sure.
Do you want to loot the corpse? James and Christy will help.
No, searching for anything like which might tell us where the needle is.
So we might want to, maybe we we can discuss this in character, but James might say like, yeah, maybe he's got the needle on him.
You could-
yeah,
you
you can
could-
all search,
Yep.
and we
Okay.
can cover the whole area.
There was that lady that was going to hire us to clean up the theft because a number of items were stolen.
Yep.
Yeah. So
Now, I'm
I
looking at those.
I have 2 in explore, 1 in scan. So that's not great. So
let me just-
it's probably it's explore or scan. We're gonna have to roll. Probably scan. Explores for outdoors, I guess. Scan is indoors.
yeah, I think scan is for indoors.
So that's 1. Anyone got a higher roll than 1?
but you're also favored for that as well.
Okay. But that
it's
comes. How does favored work? I want to have a look at my cheat sheet,
12.
You roll two feet die.
and I choose the best.
Yes.
Okay, so I'll do scan.
Mhm.
Everyone okay with me touching this corpse? Like, you guys are not gonna judge us later? We're really holding this black demonic scabbard. Are we all good here? Can I?
Yep.
All right.
As long as they're not touching it, I'm happy.
Yeah.
Okay.
I will say be very careful with it because it has powers.
Okay.
I
And
felt it.
as James is discussing this with you, Christy's nodding her head as she's taking some of the jewelry off his fingers.
Yep.
So she's just taking the opportunity to actually loot him. All right, so this will automatically roll 2 d12s for me, right? I don't have to enable anything.
It ought to be underlined on your character
Okay.
sheet.
All right, let's do it. I only see 1. Oh, there.
2d12.
It's a failure. That's not good. So we didn't find it on him.
Well,
So-
I'll tell you this: it doesn't take much to search a corpse's body, but you didn't find the needle on him.
Searching the room, his
But
room.
you did find. Now, do you have? Let me get the image up as well.
How have we been adding I zone in and out of 1E and 2E sometimes. There's not advancement points anymore, is there?
Can you guys see this?
Yeah,
Yep.
we can.
Bandit Slayer.
Oh,
Yeah.
there's not advancement points like in 1A there was advancement points. So when you do when you roll successfully or you get a great success or extraordinary success, you're pulling up these advancement points and you can turn them into experience points kind of like later. Like you can upgrade certain things. How do your rolls convert into any kind of points, or you just get experience points at the end of the session and that's it?
Get
I think
3
it's
points
good,
per
yeah.
session.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So it's a little bit detached in that regard versus 1E seemed quite like your actions related to your what you
Like
earned.
gotta play- yeah.
Okay. But it's simplified. I can see the pros and cons.
What are they? Who are they training?
Themselves.
Indeed. Themselves.
It's
Yeah,
a training
okay.
area.
Yeah.
It's just an area where they can practice and
Practice
Yeah.
serving longer.
The
Yeah.
area
It has a
5.
jail.
Yeah.
Area 5 is
As well.
locked. Yeah, the officers' chambers are locked.
Okay. So Chris
Very
he just sort of shouts over from the side, just kick it down. Oh, maybe we can pick the lock.
People are locked. Yes, please.
All right. So
I'm looking for a key.
So I have craft is 1. Is there a thing called? There's no such thing as lockpick, so it'd probably be craft.
Oh no, I'm so sorry. It's not locked. It's protected by a reinforced door.
Oh, okay. So then she says, like I said,
We
take
should
it
be a
down,
little bit careful here.
burn it down.
No,
We should be a little bit
Holding
careful because there might be somebody else around.
What's that? Burn it? Well, you finish your search first, like.
Yep.
We can use Longos's corpse. There's lots of fat that'll burn well. Oh, did I say that out loud? And she giggles to herself.
I would, yeah. So, yeah. Are you going? Whereabouts were you searching previously? You're in the
We're in the storeroom, weren't we? Now we be in the sleeping quarters.
Yeah.
So, Edorath searching for a key.
Look like Longo's private quarters. There's a boarded window on the facing outwards. It says boarded from the outside, but it looks like the boards are loose enough that you could break through them. And there's like a stack of his belongings here next to his bed.
His belongings or the looted belongings?
No, you haven't looted this bit yet.
So hang on, have we got into room 5 yet?
You tell me. What are you guys
Well,
doing?
If it was locked, I was looking for a key on Longo.
All right, yeah, it was. I misread it. It was protected by a reinforced door, but it's not.
How do I pull up that screen again?
I can link it again.
It's weird that it just disappears.
Not much at all. Does that come up again?
Yeah. Thanks. Oh no.
It'll be in your journal
It
entry.
just went
somewhere.
away again.
So if you go into your journal, that's the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 button from the left. Looks like an open book.
Okay.
On the top right, it'll be journal entries, and it should be under Bandit's Lair.
No, I don't see Bandit's Lair.
Oh,
You sure,
cool.
just could you pop it up again like you did the last time? I was just struggling with something on my side and I had to press escape.
Sure.
Thanks,
Of
man.
course.
There we go. Thanks, man.
Yep.
Hey.
So
What
yeah,
room are we searching?
make it simple. Yeah, like you find the silver needle, in a little, in a little fold of velvet cloth, in his bedside table.
Cool.
It's
Is
very
there
nice.
anybody in the jail?
No, there's nobody in the jail.
Cool.
Okay.
Search the room. There was other things that were stolen. See if we can find other items that were taken from the merchants.
Yeah, this one you'll have to roll scan for.
Okay, and do we all roll or we designate someone?
Probably the person with the highest scan, or because that's generally how I understood 1E. Like one person would volunteer to do that.
One
role.
person can, yeah.
Else
you can't do-
we have like 300%. Well, not 300%,
We
but
Yeah,
assist you.
a
Do
higher
you get a
chance.
bonus dice?
Yeah, one person gets the roll and search everything.
Do
And
they
if
get a
they fail-
bonus D6 though?
Or he could help? Or
Yeah,
something
we're
like
helping. So does that give? I think James is the best. James and Christy are the best choice because I think
Oh, yeah,
they've
sure,
got
yeah,
standard
yeah,
David.
you can do that.
But does that give them a bonus D6 if we help?
Yeah,
All right.
Yep.
let's
I
roll with
think-
that. Yeah,
James and Christy, try and roll again.
I'm not sure if that's rules is written, but yeah, that's cool. I think it makes sense.
Okay, so that's a scan.
And then
Um,
add a bonus.
Just one bonus. No, sorry, one bonus there.
Boom. Oh, hello. Oh,
Why is it a failure? Why is it so high?
It's you're rolling against your wits, which is a 15.
Man.
why did you only roll one additional? So you have one in scan, right?
Yeah, I should
Yeah.
have got another one here.
Put if you add
did.
another
Roll another D6.
Yeah, because there's two of you helping.
How do I
So you
just
could roll
roll another d6? Do I just click? Is there a self roll? No.
I'm
There
not sure.
is in the Discord. You could roll there, but
Yeah,
Okay.
just roll. Yeah, it's cool.
What's the command again in Discord?
Exclamation mark R space D6.
No. Isn't it /R?
that's in Discord, not in Foundry.
Yeah, I'm
No,
in Discord.
it was-
/R.
Oh, that's Narvi. Sorry, it's I was thinking of Avray. It'll be /RD6. Let me just try that. /RD. Oh no, it's not. Hang on.
It's /roll. Yeah. There.
Space /R space 1d6.
/roll. Oh, that's.
No, that's fine. I just let's see here.
you can
Slash
just roll
bonus. Just slash bonus.
Sorry, yeah. Oh, well,
There,
there
5.
we go.
5. You got a 5.
So we make
That's
it.
that's
That makes-
18.
Cool. So we were searching the room for additional stolen items, and you're gonna have to tell me what we find. But I would say James and Christy are sort of ping-ponging through the room like two thieving experts, and they definitely they are flipping over little secret compartments as if they put it there themselves. It's like they know where people hide stuff, and yeah, they uncover some stuff. It's up to the master what they uncover, but they uncover some stuff.
Just remind me again, where did you hear that these items were stolen from? Was this from the beginning, at the very first encounter at the gate?
Fairly early on, we were told
Or was this
that
during
a
the combat?
number of people were stolen from, and items have gone missing. And then we got offered the deal by one of the female
Yes.
merchants,
Mm-hmm.
and it was
Oh,
fairly early on.
yes, of
But
course.
was her request to recover the items or just to stop this individual?
Not this individual, but I still want to return the items.
Okay, because I can't remember.
And
She offered a reward if we
Reward
could
for it,
if we
yes.
could. I don't know. I think it was to stop this item, this individual.
Oh.
So that was I've read the beginning of this supplement, and if you don't speak to her, she doesn't offer you this additional reward. But end of the day, it's kind of like a bonus reward on this supplement where you are trying to stop Lungo regardless. But if
Yeah.
you speak to her, she kind of says, "Hey, I'm gonna pay you to stop him." I'm like, sure, I'll take your
Yeah.
money. I'll take your money,
Yeah.
lady.
Well,
You
stop the
find
thief, which was assumed to be
boxes.
Longo.
Yeah, so you find wooden crates that have been boxed up and nailed shut, which contain the stolen items. So there's things like gold, pieces of jewelry, ornaments, antiques, old precious tomes.
What I'd want to do is knock down. The actual warehouse was barricaded in. The only way in or out was the secret chamber. My
Yeah.
thought is to unbarricade one of the doors, go and get the merchants, bring them here, and they can retrieve their stuff. And we can also call in the guards and explain that Clovis attacked us. Here is the needle as evidence, which we wish to return to the seamstress. And here is the stolen equipment. And here is the men that have attacked people through the town.
So James and Christy's got this stunned look on their face, like I think he's done this kind of thing before. Edorath seems to have his tracks covered. We were just gonna leave it and pretend that we were never here. But yeah,
no,
sure,
well, how-
sure, we can
how will
report
we-
it. We can report it.
How are we
that
going to
seems
get all
decent.
this stuff?
And they kind of
back?
tucking in. They're tucking in. He's tucking in his shirt and making himself look presentable. It's like yeah, we can we can report this.
Is any of the gear missing?
That's fine. And you can see Christy just slowly like take that ring off her finger and just drop it on the floor, like that's where it was all the time.
Let's return what belongs to the people. We will get a reward that we will share. Well, actually, that's a question for you, Christy, or you, James.
Did you guys
do you
open the
count as
box?
1/3 of the group, or do you count as half the group?
No, we count as one individual. So they operate as one. They take up one vote and
You
they
will
take up
get
one
an
turn.
equal share of the treasure for the reward from the merchant for retrieving all this stuff. And we,
Yeah,
but
cool.
that has to be announced. We have
Yes.
to tell them.
No, it's all good. James is busy, like, sort of brushing his fingers through his hair, and Christy's sort of pulling her hair over her shoulder, like combing it with her fingers, like they're
Okay.
trying to make themselves presentable.
I'm going to go ahead with my plan then, Andalib. I'm going to knock down
Okay.
a wall, a barricaded door. I will go get the merchants and the guards
Yep.
and bring them back, and they can clean up the 4 bodies and get our story, and the items can be returned to the appropriate owner.
So let's
And
run through that one at a time.
anything that's left over is, I guess, ours by default.
So the first okay, let's say you tell the first merchant that you come across. They immediately.
So no, I was going to go for the woman who went to hire
Oh,
it.
Katten. Yeah, Katten. Her name.
That
was
would make more sense.
Yeah. Okay. So you go straight for Katten. She was the leader of the. She's the merchant of the Easterlings. And yeah, she was the one who offered you. So she is. Yeah, she was. Yeah, she was the leader of the traders and the merchants. Okay, so she comes. Yeah, she arrives at the bandit's lair and comes to personally thank you. Now she gives you two treasure pieces and gifts. And yeah, she also thanks you for making the road safe for travelers and ending the cruel time of Longo the Bandit Lord. So that's 2 treasure apiece in gifts.
Yep.
So you should add that to your character sheets, please.
Yep.
Redo it.
Treasure rating?
Treasure rating.
Treasure rating.
Oh, treasure. Near the bottom, fellowship, skill points, adventure points, treasure.
Yeah.
And you put down two units.
2 units, which I'm well on my way to 30, which is I think the next level. Whereas unfortunately, anyone that's on 30 need to get to 90 to make the next level.
Okay, well that's
So what is this lady's name again?
Katten?
Katten. So she wasn't the lady that did the with the magical needle, right? That was
No,
another lady.
she's the side quest.
Okay, Katten. 2 gold
Yeah.
treasure each.
Kelda's the yeah. She's not there yet. They send a city official to come and investigate and see for themselves what has what events have come to pass. He comes in and he seems like a rather impatient Barding. And he looks around and he looks somewhat incredulous that Longo was a hobbit. And he is he kind of grimaces when he sees the body of this halfling, and says Longo was terrorizing the roads. There's no way that this is Longo. This isn't Longo.
It was supposedly the half-orc that got blamed for it. Now, we've actually fought a half-orc and killed him out in the marshes. But it seems that this gentleman betrayed him. And I will go back and quote the in-game... No, next game reference. Wrong one. Longo, that halfling maggot, he set us up very well indeed. He wants the needle for himself. I hope the sorcerer gets the full and freezes the flesh off his back. I have no idea who the sorcerer is at this point, but we have retrieved the items that Longo
Do you mention the sorcerer to this official?
no. I probably got that bit wrong.
Well,
I I think there was someone else calling the shots.
he says the sorcerer of Farad is, and he kind of shakes his head as though he hadn't heard it, and changes the subject.
Sorry,
Okay.
James and Christy are just intercede saying, sorry, we were busy staring at our treasure. What? Sorcerer? Can everyone just back up a little bit?
Something the half orc said was, "I hope the sorcerer gets the fool and freezes the flesh off his back."
And the official has now, under his breath, muttered something about the sorcerer of Farad.
Can we ask him, could you inform us about this sorcerer?
Why?
He says it's it's old wives' tales and that they would say to kids to scare them in the night. He said he tells you that so it was from the elves that he knew about this. There was someone called the Black Flame, who was once a noble man among the Northmen of Ravanian, whose spirit was yeah. Whose spirit was ensnared by the Dark Lord with promises of endless knowledge. And what did you roll?
Troll.
Or
Oh, as a
Yep.
failure?
Oh yeah, yep. Have I heard of this guy?
probably not. Given 12.
Probably not at this stage, no.
Okay.
No. But he says it with some dread. He was this guy, this official has just told you that his spirit was ensnared by the Dark Lord with promises of endless knowledge.
So was this just a normal guy that just got ensnared?
No, he was known as Morlock the Black Flame. He was once a wise and noble man among the Northmen of Ravanian Wilderland.
The Black
his
Flame.
spirit-
So he sounded like he was some kind of he had some kind of paranormal or some kind of abilities. Like, was he a wizard? Was he? What was he?
Black
Yeah.
Flame. Okay.
Well, certainly the official doesn't want to talk about him anymore. It's given him the heebie-jeebies that his name was even mentioned.
Let's send back all the items that belong to the merchants that was stolen.
Can James and Christy do a persuade to try to get this guy to just tell them a little bit more? Might come
Yeah.
in handy later.
Yep.
Okay. Let's see. My hope's sitting on 8, and my shadow's on 1, so that's fine. I'm gonna spend a point of hope. Hope bonus. When do you enable the feat die? Like, why is it disabled? Is it always disabled, the feat die? That's weird.
I'm
Anyway,
not sure.
here we go.
Oh, that's a Gandalf rune.
Automatic success.
Oh, different. Um,
So, what kind of they James and Christy
yeah, why
yeah.
would he entrust you with this extra
yeah,
information?
so they probably maybe they recognize him, like that big festival. Like maybe they were sharing beers with this guy, saying, "Hey, we know you, man. When we bought you those pints, we had a good laugh," and like they just trying to connect with this guy. And truth be told, they don't recognize him. They just assume that this guy must have been hammered at that festival, and they just going in for a bit of a tactic, just to kind of connect to him, and they just assess, his attire, what he's wearing, and then make some assumptions about him. And from the roll, it seems like they were right, and they managed to con him into believing that they have some kind of friendship, and they know him, and he knows them. So maybe he will convey a little bit more. They'll say, "Can you
So
just
he
tell us
softened-
where we can? Where is he now? Where is this guy now?"
Well, he
The Black
softens.
Flame.
Yeah, he softens a bit, and then because he likes you guys, he says, "Look, this is a great service that you've done for us. We've shared a few drinks in the past. I like you. You're dealing with something beyond your abilities here," and he kind of says under his breath, out of almost whispering so the other guards don't hear. He says, "The legends say it's Nazgul. He's one of the Nazgul."
Okay, so it's one of the Nazgul, but do you have any direction where he's where this menace is lurking, where he's been sighted, where people say he roams? Can you give us something? We're going to depart. At some point, I don't presume we're going to keep residing here, and we'll be on our way, and that information will come in really handy. Can you send us on our way with some kind of information about where he's maybe residing, or just rumors or sightings or anything?
I'm going to have to read a little bit of this.
Maybe you can just say that we do glean that information, but you don't have to tell me now, and we can just keep it in the back pocket. Maybe he scribbles it on a piece of paper and says, "Don't look at it now."
I'll tell you what he says now. He tells you that his scouts have heard rumors of dragons in the northern wastes being roused by something dark. Something that moves in the night like a shadow. And he says that these were the rumors that he's heard from the people in northern Ravanian, and he refuses to say anything else. He says, I will speak of this no more."
Well, that was some cool roleplay. Can I make a question? Is there anything left of the gear after the merchants take what was taken from them?
No, they've taken everything, and you've already been rewarded with your 2 treasure pieces,
That's
treasure
right.
ratings.
So the
but there
warehouse
is-
is cleaned out.
Yeah, the place has been cleaned out. The place has been cleaned out now. I mean, there's maybe some like scraps you could take as a souvenir. Maybe like I don't know, some old mugs.
If there was anything of
thanks.
use, we can grab it. If not, leave it, and then head back to the seamstress and return her needle.
So you go back to her lodgings. I think her shop would burn down at some point, right?
No, it's been broken into.
They've been broken into. Sorry, yeah.
Can I have a look at the needle?
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, you have a look at it. You unwrap it from its
What?
from its velvet cloth.
Yeah.
So it's very. Let's have a look. Yeah, it kind of has like an iridescent, like the light plays with it.
Yep.
It's like it seems to be imbued with the blessing of the elves. It has elvish.
This is probably a holy relic for Balagon, being an elf, everything.
Why?
Because the needle is like connection to elvish magic and enchantments.
Well,
Yeah,
hang
it
on.
was like blessed with the well, yeah, you're not exactly sure what it is yet. But
Is it elvish, or is it dwarvish, or is it human?
oh, it's very elven. It's extremely elven.
Good
Right.
question. Where is that area that's
We can go back
that
to
Wraith was found? Is that what's the area called?
Northern Ravanian.
Okay.
We're at 22.
Northern
We need to
Wilderland.
go back to 20 to find the seamstress and return her needle to her.
Yeah. So, Calda is very grateful, and it's interesting. 'Cause, well, she bids you to take the silver needle, and she says, "I sense that my time with this artifact has passed. I want now. All I want now is quiet rest."
You sure on that?
She
James and
says,
Chrissy just grabs it and says, "She said yes."
yeah.
Should we find somebody else to give it to, or?
Well, as you're deliberating amongst yourselves,
Yep.
you can hear a little bit of a commotion from the square at number 9, and you hear a horn. It's maybe perhaps like a trumpet, some kind of elven instrument. What's the word? Heralding the arrival of an envoy of the Elven King.
Oh, here we go.
I've got about say 5 more minutes left. I've got a log.
Oh yeah, that's
I'm
cool.
gonna-
Yeah, we'll wrap it up then. That's cool. So I'll speed things along. Are you guys happy to go and see what is going on?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. This envoy. Let's say you. And I assume, are you happy to show him the needle?
Yep, I am.
So, the envoy of the Elven King arrives. Tells you the silver needle once belonged to Celebrian, daughter of Celeborn and Galadriel, and wife to Elrond. Celebrian used it 3,000 years ago to embroider the woven cloth that she gave to Elrond on their wedding day, which is now hung high above the table of the Great Hall of Rivendell. And the messenger, this envoy, makes it very clear that the elves would like to have the silver needle back for Arwen Evenstar, daughter of Elrond, who particularly desires to have an heirloom of her mother. Because
That's okay. Yep.
Is that okay? Yeah. As a footnote here, Arwen uses this needle, this very needle, if you give it to them, to sew and embroider the banner that Aragon unfurls upon the fields of Pelennor.
Oh wow.
Yeah. The envoy glances at the scabbard, a little bit of which is peeking out from the cloth that you've wrapped it in, and he shudders a little bit when maybe not quite shudders, but he looks upon it and tells you that this is. He recognizes this scabbard. He says this dagger sheath rested long in the shadow under a mound in Tirn Gorthad. The weaponsmith. He says, I know the weaponsmith who crafted it. This was originally bestowed with a blessing of awe upon it, to make the orders of a captain of war resound with superior authority. But the darkness of the barrow has twisted the power wound about it, and when whoever had stolen this from this mound was likely cursed, marking their life forever.
Sorry about that. I my cat pressed the button on the router. On the modem.
Did you log out? Did you log off, Balagon?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
No. Yep.
That's all good. What was the last thing you heard? Did you hear all that?
No, I didn't hear all of it. No, sorry.
Where did you hear from?
We give the needle to the elves. I assume.
Okay, so the needle belonged. This needle belonged to Celebrian, daughter of Celeborn and Galadriel, who was also the wife of Elrond. She used it 3,000 years ago to embroider the woven cloth she gave to Elrond on their wedding day. And Arwen, daughter of Elrond, wants to have this heirloom of her mother. And later, just as a footnote, she uses this to sew and embroider the banner that Aragon unfurls upon the fields of Pelennor.
Yep.
This envoy sees the black scabbard, tells you that it was once crafted and bestowed with a blessing, but it was lost in the darkness of a barrow that twisted the power around it, and it became cursed, and it cursed whoever used it. So Clovis the Hobbit / Longo was cursed by it. So he tells you that the artifact can be destroyed could be destroyed by physical blows, but it will not end the curse. He says that the sheath or the handle of the weapon used to destroy the artifact will darken, turn black, and then gain the curse of the black scabbard, affecting its wielder in the same way as it once worked on Clovis. He says to truly destroy the dark essence within, the item must be melted down in a fire that burns very hot indeed. The dwarves of the Iron Hills have an ancient smelter that might do the job. And dragonfire would certainly work.
We're all out of dragons.
For now. Guys, we might leave it there for tonight.
Yeah, that's a great dropping off one.
Yeah, thanks for that.
How do we want to do the leveling up? Because I
Oh.
do believe we're in for a rest finally. Please?
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, we're leveling up and doing a fellowship. We'll start the fellowship quest. The fellowship phase, sorry.
Game? Or
Perhaps could we do the fellowship phase play by post?
That'll be cool, man. I actually really enjoy play by post.
Yeah.
It suits Tolkien's work so much because it encourages everyone that when you write, it's funny how players are. It taps into some people it's their expressive side, and they start expressing just as the way we describe how our successes and failures, took place. Just how instead of saying, "Oh, my character says this," people tend to just elaborate a bit more when it's play by post, and it's really nice just reading it. It taps into that sort of that feeling of reading Tolkien's work, except you are in Middle Earth, but it's someone else writing the content. It's really great.
Well, the other thing we could also do possibly is there was talk of playing next week instead of this week. We could use an hour from next week to just do the fellowship as well.
Possibly. Oliver, are we okay to stop the stream, the live stream?
Yeah,
please?
I'll stop it.
Someone